And we are recording. Guess what, folks? It's a Sunday. Yes, it fucking is. Time for a bit of WhatsApp. So, new glasses. As you could probably see, they look very similar to the old ones, but bottom ones are frameless. Quick recap of the insanity that's been happening over the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, popped into the opticians like I normally do. I'm type 2 diabetic, you all know that now, but diabetic folks have to go in and have their eyes checked for some diabetic thing. I don't fucking know, there's a big long name for it, but it turns out that I was due my 2-year eye test because the last time I had a full eye checkup was midway through 2020. In fact, it wasn't midway through 2020, it was when was it? Beginning of 2021, end of 2020, beginning of 2021. It was it was as the first COVID lockdowns were starting to ease off. That was the last time I had my eyes checked, like an actual eye test. And you know, they put the thing up and you read off the lines and shit. So they went, well, you know what, Vic, we'll roll the both of them together. You'll have your normal eye test and you'll have your diabetic eye test. So I was like, okay, fine. So had the diabetic eye test. They looked with a bright light and looked inside the eye, and apparently everything was fine. There's no diabetes in the eye. I honestly still don't know what the fuck to check for. I don't know. Somebody will probably say it in the comments, but I personally don't know. However, the normal eye test, oh boy, I suffer from Fuchs dystrophy, which is a genetic. It's kind of inherited. A lot of people on my mother's side of the family, not my dad's, a lot of people on my mother's side of the family suffer from Fuchs dystrophy. And essentially what happens with Fuchs dystrophy, spelled Fuchs, not Fucks. That's Fuchs dystrophy. Fuchs. What happens when Fuchs dystrophy is small blisters start to form on the surface of the eye. So you've got like I'm trying to remember the medical terms for this, but I can't, right? So you've got like a covering that covers your eye because it covers it. That's why it's called a covering. But apparently what happens in Fuchs dystrophy is small blisters start to form on that covering of the eye. Now, there's home remedies for it, which is what I normally do in between the operations. And it basically entails you get a hairdryer. Essentially what it is, it's a fucking hairdryer, and you hold the hairdryer here and you let the hot air wash past the front of your face. The blisters are filled with a liquid, and the hot air essentially dries the blisters out. But in severe cases of Fuchs, you need to go in for an operation every year-ish, roughly speaking, every year. And what were the problems the NHS are facing right now? It's been put off for the past 2 years. I popped in about a year and a half ago for a very, very quick operation. But when the optician seen the state of I was essentially blind in my left eye. Essentially blind. A lot of you that watch the build sections, not that there's actually a lot of rebuildables that's coming in recently, but a lot of you that watch the rebuildable sections have noticed that a lot of the times I'm pulling the dripper or the tank out from under the camera, and the reason I'm doing that is so I can do this and have a right fucking close up look at it to see what the fuck I'm actually building. Normally what I do is I build off of the screen. So the way that I've got the table cam set up in front of me, but I've got a little 19-inch monitor opposite from me that's plugged into the Canon camera as a monitor, right? So I'm not building down looking like that, I'm building looking at the monitor that's looking at that. That way it's a bigger screen, but it was getting to the stage that even the monitor wasn't helping. If you watch the UK Vape Show, you've seen me. If I need to look at my phone, I need to look at the screen on my mod, I need to do that. It's the Fuchs. It's the Fuchs, and it's been getting progressively worse. The optician seen it, and the optician went, if this gets any worse, it may, it doesn't usually, but I've got a severe bad case of it, it may lead to permanent scarring on the surface of the eye, which would eventually heal, given a good year or so, but it would just progressively make things worse. So yeah, it was an emergency trip. Well, it wasn't an emergency, it was an urgent note from the opticians to the optometrist department at the hospital, and I popped up on Wednesday, Thursday, and I had a secondary checkup on Friday, and that was the first week. That's why there wasn't any UK Vape Show on the first week, and plus Aiden's really not well right now. And it was also Adam's missus's birthday, so that's why there was no UK Vape Show on. So, hence the new glasses. They're varifocals as well, because I'm an old bastard now. Yeah, the minute you get varifocals, you're now considered an old bastard. At least they're not bifocals. But yeah, new prescription for the glasses, and I got the Fuchs dystrophy sorted out. So the next time, if there is ever going to be a rebuildable review on the channel again, oh wait a minute, there is. Thunderhead Creations sent something in. When there's another rebuildable review on the channel, you won't be seeing me pull the rebuildable deck away from the camera to have a close-up look, because now I can actually do that, and I don't need to do this anymore because it's just a big bloody white mess. But now, because of the Fuchs is gone, both eyes are basically working at round about 95% now, and with the varifocals I've got decent close-up, so I can just do that, just tilt the head up and have the bottom end of the varifocals focus into whatever's close to me. Yeah, it's a lot better now. I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing, finally. This week, went back to the studio on Monday, done a very quick clean up, because I left the studio in absolute disaster zone 3 weeks ago. So done a very quick clean up on Monday, sat down, put down the preliminaries of what I was going to be recording for that week. One fast track item from what I remember, and I started on the final 2 episodes of the current season of eSig 101, which is the 2 mixing ones, right? And then I went, oh, sweet, everything's all set up. Pop back to the house again to get everything ready, just, because it was Monday afternoon by that point in time. So Tuesday arrived of this week, and yet Mother Dearest is not well. Couple of hospital visits for her, and that's why this week's been just me taking care of her and taking care of the house. But she's now back. She's in fair form, and she's downstairs watching probably Murder She Wrote or Columbo right now, because it's Sunday evening. So yeah, everything is kind of back to normal, fingers crossed. Touch a big wooden desk here just to fucking make sure I don't jinx myself. So everything's kind of back to normal now. I will be heading back to the studio on Monday morning with my brand new eyes with new glasses, and there's going to be a lot of catch up. There's going to be a lot of catch up next week. There's a lot of catching up to do next week. There's a new item. In fact, I've got it sitting. That's the giveaway one there, actually, because it's still sealed in the box. But I've got the other one next to the bedside table because I was vaping on it when I was using the laptop. It's the new dual battery touchscreen mod from Geek Vape. That came in. That's going to be reviewed sometime next week. Thunderhead Creations tank. If it's the tank I'm thinking it is, that will be reviewed at the end of next week. So it's gonna give me a good 3 or 4 days of checking the thing out. So it's open the thing up on Monday, chuck some coils in it, test it out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, record the review on Friday and upload it on Saturday. That way I can actually get to know the tank and basically compare it against the other rebuildable tanks that I generally tend to use. And of course there's a whole stack of pod kits and AIOs that have come in over the past couple of weeks. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week next week. But apart from that, things have been going swimmingly fine. It's just been so far. It's been it's been one of those years so far where things seem to go wrong all at once. It's like that time when I took seriously ill. A lot of things when I think it was at the beginning of this year, January, when I went seriously ill, when I lost the voice. It's like everything went wrong at the same time, and now the same thing happened at the beginning of this month. Fingers crossed and touch wood again. That's it for the things that are going wrong. Yeah. Anyway, also, about the UK Vape Show. Not the UK Vape Show, the UK Vapor Expo, which is coming up pretty soon, actually. There's about 2 months to go when we're looking at what we have, the 12th of March right now. The rest of March is going to zip past fairly damn quick, and then we're in April. Right now it looks as if I'm not going to be going to the UK Vapor Expo for a simple reason. Can't fucking afford it. Had to pay for the glasses, because I didn't get the glasses on the NHS. Because I'm self-employed, I had to pay for the lenses and the frame, and it wasn't fucking cheap, let me tell you. It's varifocals. Varifocals are fucking expensive, but I couldn't go for the old style of lens, which is what I normally do, the single focus lens for people that are short-sighted, because the eye focus is that fucking bad now. I need varifocals, and even the cheap version of varifocals that have got a narrow window of focus, they were still fucking expensive. So I went, you know what, if I'm gonna get, because this is gonna be me for the next 2 years, right? Because normally I don't get the prescription updated for 2 years. Next year it's going to be the usual diabetes checkup, but the main prescription checkup is not going to be for another 2 years. So I went, you know what, I may as well get the middle varifocal one, the one that's not ludicrously expensive, but it's not the cheapest version. So I got the one in the middle, and that's what I'm wearing right now. But yeah, by the looks of it right now, I'm not going to be going to the UK Vapor Expo. It's not a case of not being able to afford the hotel, and a UK company has actually went, you know what, Vic, we're gonna help you. We're going to help you with the hotel cost, but right now, I can't even afford the travel fare down. Yeah. This is what happens when you need to buy your own fucking glasses. But yeah, right now I can't even afford the travel fare down. It depends if any of the big companies do a fast track this month, or for the rest of this month. And more importantly, the front half of April, right? So for the next 3 or 4 weeks, if enough companies decide to do a fast track, even a 1 month fast track, which is £100, if enough companies do that and they stack up, I can pull some of that money away to then get the train tickets, and then take up that UK company's offer of them paying for the hotel fees for me. But it means that I need to wait on stuff coming in, and the company that want that item ordering a fast track. And as I said in the last WhatsApp, fast tracks are very rare now, because all these companies want their review done as quick as possible for free. They're not willing to pay anymore. All their marketing cash is going to Instagram or TikTok. But apparently a load of the TikTok reviewers are being, well, reviewers, they're not really reviewers. Apparently a load of the TikTok e-cigarette vaping influencers are now being banned, because apparently TikTok doesn't like vaping. That's what I've heard anyway. So all of that marketing budget that was going to TikTok is now probably going to go even more to the Instagram influencers that take pictures for £1,000. Yeah. We can only wait and see, but right now, with the money that's sitting in the bank, namely nothing, it doesn't look like I'm going to be going to the UK Vapor Expo at the beginning of May, unless there is an uptick in the amount of companies that decide to do a fast track, even a 1 month fast track, for the social media side of things, taking pictures and popping them up on Instagram and stuff like that. But even for the social media side of things, if enough companies take up that package, I could put. It would take 2 fast tracks actually. Take 2 of those fast tracks. Well, in fact, it wouldn't even take 2, just 1. How much is a return to Birmingham? Last time I checked, standard was 30 odd quid. It would take 1, right? So 2, I can pop on standard premium, so I'm not shoved inside one of the fucking sardine can coaches like that for fucking 4 hours. Aye, standard premium, so I've got a table to myself because I like to travel in luxury. Anyway, we can only wait and see, but right now, folks, can't fucking afford it. But this is midway through March, and things could change in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I could get 3 or 4 fast tracks in a row, which would be more than enough to cover the travel expenses going down to Birmingham and back up, of course, from Birmingham to Glasgow. Anyway, that basically covers it, folks. There has been no UK Vape Show on for 2 weeks. Aidan is not feeling well. He's really not feeling well right now. He's got some health issues going on to do with COVID and general health issues surrounding COVID. Sean's been feeling down. Sean's been feeling not down. He's been not feeling well either. There's a bug going around right now. I caught one of them at the beginning of this year which took out the throat, but apparently there's a stomach bug that's going around down south. I'm not hearing much about it up here, but apparently there's a stomach bug going around down south, and half of the UK Vape Show hosts have been down with it over the past couple of weeks. Hopefully the UK Vape Show should be back to normal, at least with most of the hosts, next week, because we are on the run-up to the UK. In fact, come to think of it, it's St Patrick's Day next Friday as well. So yeah, it's going to be the middle. We're in the middle of March, so we are on the run-up to the UK Vapor Expo. And even if I'm not going to the UK Vapor Expo, we're still going to be talking about the UK Vapor Expo, especially for all the people who this is their first go at the UK Vapor Expo. What to bring, what not to bring, what to expect, that kind of thing as well. Anyway, I think that basically covers it, folks. So there is going to be a full run of reviews next week. The Juice review, which is going to be Drake's turn next week, because we done one from Simply Leaf the week before, so it's going to be a Drake's net review next week. There is going to be more than likely I think there's a disposable waiting for me up there, although I'm not sure. There's going to be a disposable review next week. Then there's going to be the what they calling this thing, the L200. It's this. I haven't opened this box up. This is for a box away later on. It's this thing. It's the Z200, right? We've got a Z200 review coming up at the end of next week. Thunderhead Creations, because that's already arrived from what I know. Thunderhead Creations review Friday or Saturday. So it's going to be Juice review on Juice review on Tuesday, because it's getting recorded on Monday. Juice review on Tuesday. If the disposable's in, which I think it is, that'll be on Wednesday. Thunderhead Creations on Friday. And that Geek Vape kit on Saturday. Yeah. I think that's the way the reviews are going to be stacking up next week, folks. So it's going to be another full week of reviews next week, and I'll be climbing through because apparently the building manager says there's a miniature mountain of parcels waiting. It's going to be all pod kit, folks, or disposables. It's probably all pod kits though, so I'm going to be working my way through the pile of parcels that are waiting at the building manager's office to figure out what's actually came in, because email wise I haven't been getting a lot of emails. It seems that a lot of these companies are now just sending the item in, and I'm sitting here scratching my head wondering, well, do they want the free package or do they want one of the fast track packages? So email them and they go, just review it whenever you want, Vic. Or in some cases, no, we want it reviewed yesterday and we're not going to pay for it. And I'm like, well, fuck you. No, it's not going to fucking happen. You need to pay for a fast track. Oh, no, we can't, because our marketing budget's all gone because you spent it on young women on Instagram who are charging £1,000 per picture. That's why your marketing budget's gone. And you want me to do your review for free even though I gave you the sheet of paper, sheet of paper on an email that says, hey, you want your review done quick, you need to fucking pay for it. But no, they're not willing to. I ranted about this the last What's Up, but it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. It really is pissing me off. Apparently, one picture of a mod or a tank sitting inside a tree or something. They don't even put their own face on the Instagram pic. It's some artsy fartsy picture taken at an angle, so the picture's like that, right? It's like that kind of picture. Artsy fartsy angled picture of a tank sitting in a plant. Oh, that's £1,000. I'm not joking, by the way. I'm not fucking kidding. Some people are charging £1,000 for that, and the e-cig companies are fucking stupid enough to pay for it. £1,000 for an off-angle picture of their tanker mod sitting inside a plant. Whereas, send the same item to me, you get a 20-minute, on average, long review, and you can have that review done within 5 business days for £100. But no, they want a picture at an off-angle for £1,000 instead. I'm telling you, I'm doing the wrong fucking thing here. Honestly, I'm doing the wrong fucking thing. I really am. Anyway, I'm going to moan and rant about that for as long as I possibly can. That basically covers it, folks. Yeah, that basically covers it. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, the UK Vape Show is back to full strength next week. And there will be a full run of reviews next week, and more than likely for the rest of this month. Because according to the building manager, there's a lot of stuff waiting for me when I go back. It's probably all disposables and pod kits though. I know there's a couple of items in there that I'm looking forward to reviewing, but I think the rest is all pods and AIOs and stuff. Yep. Anyway, that about covers it for now. As always, folks, thanks for watching and have a good one.